We want to help our doctors find good ways to become more efficient in their practice. And so we wanted to show you a pretty interesting tool that may help you write procedures in your office with your office staff. Now, this is important to realize that you want to always do your due diligence. So check out their security protocols. Make sure that you're comfortable with that and that it meets your privacy policy requirements that you've already established in your practice under HIPAA. But once you've done that, if you have a web-based software, if you have processes in your practice that use web-based, then you can use this particular tool and it won't cost you anything. So the free version of this tool, which the tool is Tango, and you can access that tool at tango.us. And as long as you're using Chrome, you can very quickly at the upper right-hand side, just select install free extension. And in this particular case, it will take you over to the Chrome store and you can actually add Tango to your Chrome as an extension. And at that stage, begin to utilize it and record your procedures. Now, what does this really mean? Well, it means that actually you can do your procedures in a fraction of the time that you may have been doing them before. And again, remember the free tool is specifically for web-based products. So for example, if you wanted to do this, ultimately you would come up and select the Tango extension and click the record button. And again, this is all simple. You notice it said that the capture has started, and at that point, then you can begin to walk through exactly what to do. So in the example that I just gave, you can log in, you can check out their pricing, their use cases, whatever. But whatever you're doing, and you'll notice as you begin to hover over, it begins to try to select those, and you can see them circle it. In this case, I'm just going to glance and just show you kind of how this ultimately works. You select use cases, in this case, just as an example again. And you can walk through and see the different things that this may do. And then when it's time to go to the next step, you would make the next selection. When you're finished and you have wrapped up, you actually just click the green complete button in the bottom left-hand side. At that stage, you'll see it automatically brings up another page, and you can see each of the buttons that you click. So Workflow with Tango is where we started. Tells you where to go to. You can actually change any one of these. You can edit each one of the steps to make sure that it says what you want it to. But if you'll notice, it creates these step-by-steps. Now, this is only 2 steps, but you can imagine if you have procedures that actually take multiple steps and many steps, this is a methodology that you could do to cut down the time and also give imagery to do this. You can edit these if you really need to, but most of the time you're going to find that it's okay. Once you've done, you can actually share and export. You go download, and you can download the PDF version of this, and it will download a full PDF version that you would then be able to utilize in your procedures manual. Now, some of you may be saying, okay, Mark, what do I do with other software that I may have? Well, in that case, you may want to go ahead and purchase because they do have a purchasing option that is a desktop version. So for that, then you could actually do this. Their Pro version allows you on the desktop, which then will do the same thing that we just talked about, but do it inside your software packages you may have that you're trying to create procedures for future employees and what may be coming down the pipeline for you and your practice. So that's really important to know. It is a tool. And now I do want to caution you on this. So if you're using this inside of EHR, I would strongly urge you that if you end up doing your procedures and use a tool along these lines, that ultimately at the end of the day, you use test accounts, right? Because you don't want to accidentally share any kind of protected health information. So the smart move here would be to use a test account to walk through the procedures inside of your EHR packages, whether they be online or in a separate package. Hopefully this helps you out, and we will catch you next time.